Hey there guys, it's Attack on Samurai, and here is, we're actually going to do an analysis video on all the new Pokemon that were shown off on Thursday, and such. I know I should have done that, when the trailer came out and stuff, but I feel like, let's just give myself a day to, chill out for a bit, and then we're going to talk, and then I decided that we're going to talk about the Pokemon that were introduced. So, first, we're going to talk about Wishiwashi. I'm also doing this on a Pokemon's official website. So, here's a Wishiwashi subscription. Sorry if I don't sound very enthusiastic this morning. I mean, well, it is the morning anyway, but I just don't sound very enthusiastic. But Wishiwashi, its ability is schooling. It is 0.7 pounds. It weighs 8 inches. It's water type, and it's the small fry Pokemon. So, A single Wishiwashi is tiny and weak. Measuring just 8 inches from nose to tail, Wishiwashi is very small, even for a Pokemon. Yet, the people of the Alola region seem to view it as a terrifying Pokemon. When it's in danger, Wishiwashi's glistening eyes catch the light and shine out, sending an SOS signal to its allies. Wishiwashi have a new ability, Schooling, which no Pokemon has previously had. With Schooling, Wishiwashi can change form in battle to their school form under certain conditions. So that's what I don't understand. Like, what does that mean by certain conditions? Does that mean that, like, apparently it could mean that Wishiwashi can only use this ability when it reaches a certain level, or maybe it has to take a certain status for it to go into school form. To go into its school form. But one thing's for sure about Wishiwashi, there's a high chance that Wishiwashi won't get an evolution. But if it did get an evolution and did keep schooling, it would be broken. It would most likely be broken, but I don't think Wishiwashi is going to get an evolution just based off of the fact that it has its ability Schooling. Now let's actually look at Schooling's ability. About what it says about its school form. So, its school form is still a water type. Its height is 26 feet 11 inches and it weighs 173 pounds, and it has Schooling and such. Yeah, this thing's huge. So it says the seemingly weak Wishiwashi is called the Demon of the Sea because of its terrifying school form. When Wishiwashi friends receive an SOS signal, they unite in this huge battle formation. Wishiwashi that have encountered many dangerous situations and have a lot of experience calling on their allies will be able to emit a bright light from their eyes. They gather allies and transform into an even more powerful Pokemon. Even Gyarados flee from Wishiwashi's school form. That's pretty terrifying. Gyarados can run away from that. That's actually very terrifying. Because Gyarados is already a scary Pokemon by itself, but just Wishiwashi being there. Dang, Wishiwashi's a beast. But again, Wishiwashi have a new ability, Schooling, which no Pokemon have previously had. With Schooling, Wishiwashi can change form in battle to their school form under certain conditions. I wish they had elaborated more on certain conditions, because it doesn't really help that much. Like, it just says, oh, it changes for some reason. I want more. Give me more information about Wishiwashi. But this design though, sick. Can't wait to use it when it comes out. But that's pretty much it for Wishiwashi. I think I actually went ahead. Let's see. Yeah, I did. So the next Pokemon we're going to talk about is Pukamuku, who is the sea cucumber Pokemon. A water type. It weighs 1 feet. It's 1 feet. And it's 2.6 pounds, and it has innards out. Due to their appearance and their lifestyle, Pukamuku are considered unappealing to tourists. Part-time work chunking Pukamuku back into the sea is available at tourist beaches. But no matter how far they're thrown, Pukamuku always return to the same spot. Once a Pukamuku finds a place it likes, it won't budge from it. If someone moves it away, back it comes to the same spot. If it runs out of food to eat in that spot, it'll stay there to starve. Okay? Pukamuku is pretty weird. The people of Alola found this so pitiful that they developed a tradition of chucking Pukamuku back into the food-rich sea whenever they come across any thin-bellied Pukamuku. Pukamuku are covered in a slippery, viscous fluid that has a moisturizing effect. Pukamuku can stay on land for a week without drying out. Dang. The people of Alola use this fluid for skincare products. Pukamuku hate to have their spikes and mouth touch. If you step on one, it'll hurl out its fist-like inner organs to strike at you. Ill. Pukamuku has a new ability, Innards Out, which no Pokemon has had before. With the Innards Out ability, when this Pokemon faints, it'll be able to deal one last bit of damage to its opponent, equal to the amount of HP it had left before it received the final blow. So it's basically Aftermath, but on steroids, I guess, if you think about it like that. Because I believe that Aftermath does like a set amount of damage after something like actually, let's use an example of a Pokemon that has Aftermath. Drifblim. And I guess Weavile. So Weavile goes for like knockoff on Drifblim. It drops. Then its ability activates and stuff. So that means that, then Weavile would take like maybe 20 or 30% from an Aftermath. So I guess Pukamuku's ability Innards Out is just a more powerful version of Aftermath, since it does the equal amount that the Pokemon had hit you with. So like an Earthquake or like a Thunderbolt or something, once Thunderbolt hits and it takes out Pukamuku, Innards Out is gonna pack a lot of damage on that Pokemon that went for Thunderbolt. So yeah, Pukamuku could be a really good mon competitively. But just by the way it looks, though, it's most likely gonna get an evolution, maybe be a 2-stage evolution. But again, who knows? I really like this thing to get like maybe 2 stages, but yeah, so that's pretty much it for Pukamuku. And and then there's a Morlul. It's Grass and Fairy. It's the Illuminating Pokemon. It's 8 feet, means 8 inches, and it weighs 3.3 pounds. It has Illuminate and Effect Spore. So Morlul are a nocturnal Pokemon that walk around at night on their leg-like roots. They move because staying in one spot and sucking all the nutrients from the soil will cause surrounding plants to wither. Morlul uses its leg-like roots to make contact with its fellows and communicate with them. Morlul broadcasts spores that glow brightly when they burst open. Looking at their pulsing light has a sporific effect. It seems that in times of danger, Morlul broadcasts these spores. It's pretty interesting. But yeah, looking at this thing, looking at Morlul, it's most likely gonna get an evolution. Maybe be a 2-stage one or be a 1-stage, just like how Foongus and Amoonguss were. But still, really cool concept for this little mushroom Pokemon. But so now that pretty much confirms, since we just got Pukamuku and Morlul, then that pretty much confirms that Chinese leak is most likely real. So the next thing we're probably gonna get is going to be that Rugby Monkey and that Dolphin. And then probably after that, will probably be the Werewolf, the Rockruff evolution, which has been kept a secret for a while. So we're probably gonna learn about that very soon. But yes, that's pretty much it for the new Pokemon that were shown off. Oh, that's Drampa. We don't need to see you. Let's actually go forward. Yeah, because these are pretty much all the ones that were shown off, all the new ones. So now we're going to talk about the Alolan Pokemon. So we have Alolan Marowak. During the trailer, I actually didn't say what ability Alolan Marowak had, but its category, the Bone Keeper Pokemon as always. It's Fire and Ghost. It is 3 feet 3 inches, weighs 75 pounds, and it has Cursed Body and Lightning Rod. Those are pretty good abilities for Marowak, actually. Because Lightning Rod, I guess it's weak to electric types and stuff. Well, it's not weak to electric types, but I guess it would be a good ability if Marowak is a special attacker. But again, we don't really know what it is yet. Cursed Body's still really good though. A very good ability. But I feel like that ability would be good for Pokemons, just like how Jellicent was good with it. But who knows, maybe Marowak can actually make use of it. But Marowak in the Alola region take bones and light. The Marowak in the Alola region take bones and light both ends on fire by rubbing them against their foreheads. Then they spin the bones around. Marowak's rarity and its fearsome appearance when it dances with its bone led to the people of Alola to dub it a conjurer and regard it with fear. There are many grass-type Pokemon, Marowak's natural enemies, in the Alola region. This makes Alola a harsh environment for Cubone and Marowak. As a result, they live in close union with their partners. It's said that their great care for their partners allowed them to gain something like a sixth sense and resulted in their changed form. Alolan Marowak proves skilled at an attack in which it waves its bone and releases a ball of flames. The fireballs are not that powerful, but they tirelessly pursue the foes. So is that like a physical move that can burn you regardless? I mean, that has an 100% chance to burn you, or is it just another form of Will-O-Wisp? Because that doesn't really. I feel like it's a physical attacking move that releases a ball of flame, and then as it hits you with it, you get burned automatically. That's what I think it is. I'm probably wrong. I could be wrong, but yeah. So we see its original form and its Alolan form and such. Again, I really love this concept though. But I like its design. I really do. But in the Japanese trailer, when it showed Marowak, when it showed Cubone evolving, it didn't have an Alolan form. So I guess that means that once Cubone evolves, it becomes this. Just flat out, just becomes that. I think it would have been cool if Cubone had a Alolan form, but I guess not. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Marowak. Now we move on to Alolan Raichu. Now this one, Alolan Raichu was very unpredictable. No one really expected it because, Pikachu's the mascot, and why would they make the evolution for Raichu have an Alolan form? If they did that, then Pikachu would have to get one. But apparently in the Japanese trailer, when Pikachu had actually evolved into Raichu, Pikachu didn't have an Alolan form. So I guess like most Pokemon won't need to have Alolan forms won't need to have pre-evolved Alolan forms to become the evolved Alolan form. So just like how Execute can evolve into Executor, without it having an Alolan form. So I guess that's pretty cool. But Alolan Raichu is, of course, the mouse Pokemon, electric and psychic. It's 2 feet 4 inches, and it weighs 46 pounds, and it has the ability Surge Surfer. The Raichu and Alola have 2 types, electric and psychic, and they are able to wield psychic powers. What's more, they can gather their psychic power in their tails and then ride on them to float in the air. That is pretty sick. I think it would have been cool if they gave it Levitate, actually. They should have given it Levitate. Do you know how cool that would have been? Oh man, they should have done that. But it's cool. It's cool. Surge Surfer is still a pretty cool ability anyway. Even Pokemon researchers don't know why Raichu's form changed in the Alola region. The people of Alola seem unconcerned by the question. Their guess? Maybe it ate too many sweet and fluffy round pancakes. That makes no sense whatsoever. It kind of sucks that they didn't give Alolan Raichu an explanation of how it became Alolan Raichu, how it was able to adapt. They could have came up with a better reason than this. They should have said Alolan Raichu changed because it had to adapt against I don't know, bug types, because bug types because it had to survive by I don't know, make some reason besides it had to eat pancakes to become a psychic type. That makes no sense whatsoever. But you know what? Hopefully the Pokédex gives a better reason. I really hope it does. But if not, then that's gonna be a little upsetting. But Raichu has electric sacs on his cheeks, and rubbing them together causes a sweet aroma to be released. The mechanism behind this is not clear, but it's thought to be connected to the psychic power. Sorry about that, the recording had a cut off earlier. So, anyways, where we left off, it was talking about Raichu's electric sacs. So, Raichu has electric sacs on his cheeks, and rubbing them causes a sweet aroma to be released. The mechanism behind this is not clear, but is thought to be connected to the psychic power that Alolan Raichu possesses. The Alolan Raichu has a new ability, Surge Surfer, which no other Pokemon has previously had. With the Surge Surfer ability, the Pokemon's speed will be doubled on electric terrain. That is really good. Now in terms of stats though, like, it depends on, I guess, how fast Raichu is initially. Like, is it gonna have the same stats that a regular Raichu has, or is it gonna, or are its stats gonna be completely different? Like, maybe they'll put more special defense into Alolan Raichu than they did into regular Raichu, or maybe more speed, or maybe they'll take out less speed from it and invest that into special defense. But who knows? But in terms of this ability though, this is a really good ability. Definitely really good for Raichu, since Raichu can get some pretty good setup moves, like Nasty Plot. I think that's it. But they could probably add Calm Mind onto it too. That would be really cool if they did that. Since it is part psychic now, so yeah, I think that would be really cool. But so this thing could probably, like, would be a pretty good mon in doubles then. I mean, Raichu is already a really good mon in doubles anyway because of Lightning Rod, Fake Out. It gets some other moves too. I think it gets Encore. It gets a bunch of really good setup moves, support moves. So for it to be used like this in electric terrain, it's gonna be very good. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Alolan Raichu. Again, I like his design though, but its description just doesn't make any sense to me. But and that ability though, that's a really good ability for it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Alolan Raichu, and now we're going to talk about Alolan Meowth. So, Alolan Meowth, the Scratch Cat Pokemon, Dark type, 1 foot 4 inches, weighs 9 pounds, and it has Pickup and Technician, just like regular Meowth. Meowth is a Pokemon that did not originally live in the Alola region. They were sent to the royal line as an offering from another region, and only a select few could have them as partners. The Meowth and Alola are distinct for their cunning and their great pride. Two things they really hate: a wound to their pride and dirt on their coins. If either one happens, they fly into hysterics. It's said that the Meowth that were offered to the royal family lived a life of luxury and pampering, which led them to have a selfish and prideful attitude. This caused Meowth's form to change. The once rare Alolan Meowth became feral when the monarchy was destroyed, and they have now become regular Pokemon seen as commonly in the Alola region as elsewhere. Huh. That is pretty interesting. So if we have an Alolan Meowth, then that means we're probably gonna get an Alolan Persian. So that's gonna be pretty good. Again, Alolan Persian does get some pretty good dark moves. I know it gets knockoff. I think it's punishment, bite. I think it gets sucker punch too. So those are some pretty good stat moves. And also with Technician, this thing's gonna be pretty beast. Alolan Persian could be pretty good. But yeah, so you see like the difference between these two and stuff. But yeah, Alolan Meowth just looks so just like, you're such a peasant. You can't do anything to me. that's just what it looks like to me. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the Alolan Pokemon. So yeah, now we're on to the Popplio, but not right now. So now let's look at the Alolan region itself, and let's look at Team Skull, if we can find them. Yep, here we go. Meet the ruffians of Team Skull. In the Alola region, a group of ruffians known as Team Skull causes a lot of trouble. They steal other people's Pokemon, mess with the trial sites, and delight in all kinds of evil deeds. Team Skull boss Gintoki. Okay, Team Skull boss Guzma. Guzma is the boss of Team Skull, who holds these ruffians together. Guzma pours on the attacks, battling without mercy. He certainly does seem strong, but he claims to be one of those who never could become captains. He seems to have a bone to pick with Professor Kukui as well. Huh, that's some nice backstory. So they're probably gonna elaborate more on that in the game and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much all it says about Guzma. And then it's Plumeria, Team Skull admin Plumeria. Plumeria is considered the big sister of Team Skull. She's a tough lady who keeps Team Skull in line and working together in the same way a strict older sister would. She seems to care for the grunts who are below her in the pecking order, and she's not one to let it go if someone's giving them a walloping. Huh. Okay. So that's her, and now we talk about the grunts. Both male and female Team Skull grunts wear matching black skull tanks, and these uniforms aren't even provided for them. All grunts had to buy their own. That sucks. That really sucks. So, like, is there a certain store that they have to buy them at? I mean, like, you know what? I hope. Okay, so if the grunts can buy their own uniform, I hope that as a character, since there's character customization, you could buy Team Skull uniforms. That would be sick. Please let that be a thing. Please let that be a thing, because that would be sick as heck if they did that. I really hope they do that. I would love to wear a Team Skull uniform. Because I mean, those shoes, those pants, that tank top, I want that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Team Skull. But again, it's interesting that that these uniforms aren't even provided to them. They actually have to go out of their own pockets just to buy uniforms. That is pretty cool. But again, I hope we can buy this stuff. I really hope we can buy their uniform, because that would be really cool. What if just like in Gold and Silver, well, actually in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, when you had to actually go into that department, when you had to go into the basement floor of Goldenrod City, and there's like this room where there's a Team Rocket grunt there, and you had to change it to your uniform. What if there's something like that, but you have to buy the uniform in the game? But you have to buy the uniform, and then you're able to like infiltrate Team Skull's base. That will be sick. That will be so sick. They have to do that. I hope that's an idea. They have to make that a thing, please. That would be so cool, and it will be a nice throwback to the Heart Gold, Soul Silver. They have to do that. They have to do that though. But yeah, because I would love to wear this. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for Team Skull and all the news about the Alolan Pokemon and the new ones as well. So let me know what you guys think about Team Skull and these new Pokemon and the Alolan forms. Pretty excited though. This game is starting to become my favorite. I mean, this game is probably going to be the best of all the other games. I'm saying that right now. It'll top Platinum. It's going to top Heart Gold, Soul Silver. X and Y, definitely. Mega Ruby Alpha stuff are definitely going to top those. But man, I can't wait for this game. This game is getting me hyped. Oh man. But yeah, so I'll see you guys around for some more Pokemon Sun and Moon news. So yeah, take care. Probably the next big scope of news that we're gonna get. The next big scoop of news that we're gonna get is probably gonna be in September. So watch out for that. But yeah, I'll see you guys then.